And I'm here to tell you there is hope, there is a way out, there is a new design for living. But we have to change what we're looking at. And if you're looking at your sex addiction as being the problem, you're wrong. And if you look at sex, those compulsive sexual behaviors, as something you're running to and you want to fight, not running to it, wrong way of looking at it. Hey guys, I'm behavioral health and sex addiction recovery coach, Rob Lopicola. Are you battling with compulsive sexual behavior? Do you have sex addiction? And for years you have been trying with all of your strength to either eliminate your compulsive sexual behavior or negotiate with it and only get involved in those sexual behaviors on weekends or on vacation or only Friday nights. You'll go to the sex club. You'll only go on Grindr or Tinder or a dating app on Saturdays, but yet to no avail. You go back to all those compulsive behaviors almost daily. Are you addicted to sexual behaviors that bring you shame and guilt, regret, and leave you in a state of isolation? And you live life wearing masks, pretending you're somebody you're not. And you just don't know how to get a handle of your addiction. Many people feel as though their sex addiction or any addiction is the problem. And if you are struggling with sex addiction, you may believe that sex addiction is your problem. See, one of the things that many behavioral addicts do, sex addiction is a behavior addiction, just like overeating or gambling. It's different, obviously, but it's a behavioral addiction. And there are substance addictions as well, as obviously drugs, methamphetamine, alcohol. I was addicted to methamphetamine, alcohol, and compulsive sexual behavior. So I was definitely dual addicted. I was wrapped up in the chemsex scene for quite a while as well, and I have nearly 15 years free. I had a coach who guided and changed my life. And that's what I do today. I coach individuals who are battling their compulsive sexual behaviors and sex addiction. But what I want to talk with you about is why you're sex addicted. And again, many addicts feel like the addiction is the problem. It seems to be something you run to when you're feeling angry, lonely, tired, maybe hungry, frustrated, stressed, you feel anxious, you run to those compulsive sexual behaviors because they make you feel better. On some level, they offer the illusion of reprieve. When you act out in these sexual behaviors, life seems manageable. You can cope so much better. In fact, when you're involved in your compulsive sexual behavior, you feel as though you're not even worried about all that stuff that brought you anxiety and stress. Well, it's obviously an illusion. It's not true. It's a lie. You believe it and you run to those behaviors to feel better. The fact is, it doesn't work, because once you are finished with those compulsive sexual behaviors, whether it's hours, days, weeks, weekends, whatever it is, you feel shame and guilt, regret, self-loathing. You feel hopeless. In fact, nearly 70% of sex-addicted men think about suicide, and nearly 17% of men who have sex addiction attempt suicide. So there is a massive amount of shame and hopelessness. And I'm here to tell you there is hope, there is a way out, there is a new design for living. But we have to change what we're looking at. And if you're looking at your sex addiction as being the problem, you're wrong. And if you look at sex, those compulsive sexual behaviors, as something you're running to and you want to fight, not running to it, wrong way of looking at it. And that's maybe how you've been living. You think sex addiction is your problem and you're running to it. You're fighting not to run to it, but you keep running to it anyway. Well, what I want you to understand very clearly is you're not running to those behaviors. You're running from you. You're running from deep trauma, pain, anxiety, loneliness, abandonment. You're running from pain deep inside of you. And when that pain comes up, you don't know how to deal with it. You haven't learned coping skills to deal with it in a healthy way. So you run to destructive behaviors because the illusion is you'll feel better. But as you know, you always feel worse. Feel hopeless, maybe suicidal, certainly feeling shame and guilt and all of those self-loathing, self-deprecating feelings. We want to zero in on the fact that you're running from you. See, when all that pain comes up, all that discomfort, childhood trauma, past pain, whatever it is, when that comes up, it expresses itself as urges and cravings to act out in those behaviors. Then, of course, you have the thoughts. It all starts with a thought. You're not going to act out in your compulsive sexual behavior if you're not thinking about it. So you're thinking about it. And what you'll learn in time is you're not responsible for your first thought. Thoughts can just occur in your brain. But you are responsible what you do with that thought. And I want to help you in time to eventually maintain, sustain self-control. And when you have that first thought to act out, you can be self-aware and present enough to change what you're thinking about. To solve the addiction dilemma is not focusing on what you're avoiding or what you don't want in your life. It's not about avoiding those behaviors that ultimately bring you shame, but the illusion is it makes you feel peaceful for a little while. The fact is, once you fix the problem, those behaviors in time go away. That's not the problem. You are. Well, you're really not even the problem. How you cope is the problem. And you need to start learning, applying, practicing, and mastering new coping skills when those feelings come up. And if you think about it, if you don't act out in your compulsive sexual behavior, even if it's just going on a dating app, looking for sex, hunting, addicts hunt, hunting for sex. If you don't do it, think about how you'll feel. Uncomfortable, irritable, discontent, itching in your own skin, anxious, you might have insomnia. You feel so unsettled, you feel so uneasy, so much anxiety that seemingly the only relief is acting out or going on a dating app and hunting or watching pornography. That seems to be the only solution, but all that discomfort, that's the stuff deep down coming up. It's very uncomfortable, and you haven't dealt with it yet. So once you deal with you, the trauma, the pain, learn new coping skills, that stuff just goes away. You may think about it, you may have a thought, but you're self-aware and present, and now you have more self-control, self-awareness, and now you focus on thinking about healthier activities, thinking about spiritual development, self-betterment. That's where your thoughts will go. And if you want to know truly how you feel deep down inside, that is so painful, there are 2 reprieving exercises you can take on right now. You take 2 pieces of paper. On one piece of paper, write down 10 secrets that no one knows. No one knows at all. 10 secrets you're holding on to. Now, if you go to 12-step groups like AA or NA or any 12-step group, they'll talk about the idea that you're as sick as your secrets. Well, that's not necessarily true. You're as sick as how you feel about those secrets. So write down those 10 secrets no one in the world knows. Then write down how you feel about yourself about each secret. And you'll see the self-loathing, self-hate, guilt, regret, and so on. Now you write on another page, you write down 10 of the most painful experiences you had as a child and as a teenager, under the age of 18, when your mind was being designed and your coping skills were developing. Take a look at the 10 most painful experiences you've ever had in your life. Then write down how you feel about each of those 10 painful experiences. Now, you'll have these 2 pieces of paper. You'll have these 2 ideas, the secrets, the pain, how you feel about them all. And that's what you're running from. That's what you're running from. You're running from those. You're not running to the sex or the drugs or the alcohol. You're running from those. And those are what you have deep inside of you. Those are the feelings that are giving you the pain and the discontent. Now, when it comes up, it expresses itself as a need to run from them. You run to the sex or anything else you're addicted to. You have to understand what you know about yourself, what really you know about all of your beliefs, all of your perceptions, all of your coping is like an iceberg. See, the part that's above water, that's all you know. That's really all you know on a daily basis. That's all you're in touch with. It's all that below sea level, that mass below sea level. That's the trauma. That's the pain. And some of that is written on those 2 pieces of paper you have in front of you. That stuff has to come up for you to get well. And once you deal and cope with all of that pain and trauma, you will be amazed how the compulsive sexual behaviors start to go away, because you're not running to them, you're running from you. And when you don't have to run from you anymore, life becomes more peaceful. Life becomes more serene. You become your best friend. You like yourself, you love yourself. No longer are you walking around with self-loathing, self-hatred, poor self-image, wearing masks. The masks, gone. You now become an authentic individual. And when you're authentic and you're peaceful, and then you learn how to connect to God or nature or the universe or something that brings you peace, the ocean, the sound of nature, whatever it is you can connect to, vibrate with on a frequency of peace and serenity, your life transforms. Your mindset changes. And the person you have dreamed to be will become the person you are. And I want to help you begin the process of understanding you and your addiction. I offer a free 30-minute 10-step strategy session on my website, sexaddictionrelief.com, and I'll have a link below as well. And I want you to watch that video, take notes, learn more about your addiction and you. And then I want you to set up a complimentary, free, no obligation coaching strategy call with me one-on-one to talk about you, your addiction, ways out, and how you can begin transforming your life. Take advantage of this. It will help you. I thank you so much for being here today. I post a new video pretty much every Tuesday, so subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and I would love to see you again next Tuesday. You take care, have a great day, be well, and begin transforming your life now. Take care.